welcome to the third season of the Interceptor Beyond podcast. My name is Arthur. Why is it the third season? Well, because I finally started uploading videos to Spotify and YouTube. You can check them out there. And there will be more and more videos coming. Also, the Interceptor Beyond crew is slowly growing. More on this we'll talk in the upcoming episodes. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, we recently had an Interceptor Beyond live show at Arena Basel. What is it, you ask? Well, it's a late-night trivia talk show with special guests where you have a chance to win prizes and have lots of fun. Music geeks, nerds, and freaks of all kinds are more than welcome to join us. The recording of the first show will be available online soon, so you have a chance to check it out. Now you're probably wondering when the next show will be. Well, mark your calendars because it's happening on July 15th. That's right, July 15th, Saturday. Make sure to save the day and come, join us if you love music and enjoy having a great time. It's also a fantastic opportunity to meet cool people, so don't miss out. Today we have a special episode where I had an opportunity to speak with talented individuals from A Place to Bury Strangers and Meltdowner. We recorded this conversation outside the incredible Fluke venue, both before and after their unforgettable gig. Joining us is Julian, an amazing photographer whose presence you'll hear on the recording. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Data Confused Shows for organizing this phenomenal evening. Make sure to follow our podcast on Spotify, YouTube, or your favorite platform if you dig it. And don't forget to rate and review the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can also keep up with us on Instagram at Interceptor Beyond. Anyway, without further ado, let's dive into our conversation with The Place to Bury Strangers and Meltdowner.
Hello, I am Oliver Ackermann.
I'm John Fedowitz.
Guys, how are you doing? So, you're right now in the middle of European tour. It's just begin. I mean, tell me, at what stage are you of the European tour?
Right in the middle. This is right in the center. We were in the UK for like a week or something, and then a couple shows here in Europe, and I don't know where we're at really, but as far as like in the middle, but it's right in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, where were you yesterday?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Prague.
Prague, yeah, Prague.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. We're in Prague.
I'm here to help you out.
Yeah.
I have all the dates, all the information. It's normal.
Amazing.
Yeah, you started in 2002 for the band, and you joined last year, I think, right?
Like almost 3 years.
3 years almost.
Can we ask you the questions, maybe?
Of course, that's a conversation. It's not an interview.
Okay, great.
It's a debate and discussion also.
Yeah.
But so it's like when I asked about the European tour, I was thinking because I know the band from long time ago, like from the first or second album, right? And then it kind of disappeared from my radar. And then I rediscovered you through Earthquaker YouTube series.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was pretty funny because I didn't connect you or Face with the band.
Sure.
So only later when I knew that you would come here, I connected them together. I was like, what the fuck? Ah, that dude!
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, the one that likes to cut guitars and shit. Yeah, that's my stuff,
That's
right?
me. Yeah, totally.
So, and because of that interview, Earthquaker on YouTube series, right? I wanted to ask how much, for the European tour, how much gear do you bring?
We have people who have a bunch of gear for us over here.
Germany,
we
right?
used to bring, it's in Brussels, but we used to bring anywhere between 15 and 22 bags every time we would travel. And now we just bring 10, and we just keep on piling more and more stuff up in our buddy's warehouse. And it's just this huge mound of things. There's all these boxes labeled junk and trash and all these broken speaker cabinets. There's cracked cymbals, pieces of guitars and all sorts of stuff. And for some reason, they're kind enough to let us keep all that stuff there. And so at the beginning of the tour, we go to the warehouse, we scramble together all this stuff. There's old T-shirts and give away.
Luckily, the some of the T-shirts from old tours have been they were given away in 2021 to refugees.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
So, yeah.
That's really cool. I support that.
Yeah.
Or when you started talking about gear, your eyes lit up, almost like on drugs, almost all this trash, man. You should see what I have, the broken cymbal 3 parts and stuff. Yeah. That's why I wanted to ask, because you want to bring a lot of stuff, and especially you're into Jaguars, right? The guitars.
Just because they're small enough so you can fit a bunch in a case.
Yeah, that's what I in the video. Have you seen the video? No. Yeah. When he puts them in a cello bag, 3 of them, Yeah, that's a cool idea, but
Yeah, right.
but it's all based on your mentality of you're using the instruments in a different way, you know, like it's not like you're like you have some instruments that you're precious about. I saw like on one of the videos that you have on the wall and stuff, but the instrument is completely different thing for you. What is it for you?
I don't know. I'm not very talented. So you've got to just use what you can in a way of just,
He finds
you
them.
know.
He finds them all precious to him. He likes all of them. Yeah.
They're all equal, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, some it's just like you would feel bad, like they're just probably worth a lot of money to someone else, you know? So you just kind of, when you think about that, like I just feel bad about smashing it on the ground, you know? And even though I might play the shit out of it, it's like a still, you know, and so I want to have other things where I don't feel that way. I don't feel compromised in that way where I don't want to just smash the shit out of it. So I have a lot of equipment that I know I can rebuild at any point, and that's fine.
Hey, do you consider yourself a slave to your junk?
I mean, nah, I don't think so. I think, you know, I kind of think about that sometimes, like, you know, if everything was stolen or it all burned or whatever, you know, there'd probably be a big weight off my shoulders. You know, so.
Yeah, because you do. Yeah, it seems, but you're one of the few.
No one should think about stealing his stuff.
Yeah. We need to like I don't know, like what did you bring today? Like for example, do you still bring your pedal board, the one that you usually bring to tours in the United States? Like
Yeah. We brought a pedal board. You know, it's all bolted onto the thing. It's the same pedal board that I use in the U.S. We travel around with that. In this case, that's a synthesizer. And that, because we'll like fly and play festivals and stuff, so you always want to have that with you. And then as time goes on, you're always changing your pedal board. And then I also brought, I think, 3 guitars, and then I had 2 over here, so I have 5 guitars. And I brought some extra necks and some parts and bits.
I wanted to ask about this. Like, does a TSA, European TSA, gives you shit for what you bring? You know, like because it looks like weird stuff. You're musicians, you play this. It's like a device for something else.
This might break, and we're like, we don't care. And he had this pedal in his bag that he was like going through security, and he put it on the table because he just had it in his backpack, and then he realized that it said on it, "Death by Audio Exploding Head." So he's like, quick, turn the thing around.
Turn it upside down.
Nice. Yeah. You don't want to fuck with them. They don't have sense of humor at all.
No humor, yeah. So, but we're good at playing dumb. You know, we go there and we're like, oh, and we look like idiots, you know? So it's like, they're like, how could these people be doing anything that could be
And we also bring boxes taped.
Like
so
cardboard boxes
so
and
it
shit.
it looks like we're like just traveling, and we bought a bunch of stuff at like secondhand or something.
Yeah, or it's like donation boxes for something like yeah. So all right, so that's equipment, right? I mean, there's so many interviews with you regarding the equipment. It's all, I mean, you Death by Audio, everybody knows it. Lou Reed, you know, like in every interview, right? Let's talk about the sound. What is noise for you?
I don't even know if there's necessarily such a thing. I mean, I think noise is, you know, I mean, it's just sound is sound, you know, and none of it really annoys me except for maybe if I'm on like speed or something like that. You know, it's in the middle of the night, or I don't know, you know, but.
You know, I checked today on Wikipedia. I don't have the quote, but on Wikipedia, I was like, because I was asked this question, I need to know what Wikipedia tells. And they say, but we all think that the noise has a connotation of something negative, right?
Yeah.
But noise is just different frequencies. It's the same thing as music or any kind of sound.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's bad. And this is what I have this questions because recently I was talking to a musician and he said like, yeah. I mean, this band, they only play like, there are only 7 notes, right? I mean, I'm not a musician, so I might be mistaken, you know?
I don't know.
They're limited amount of notes, and that's it, right? And I was like, oh, there's noise, and it's not like notes, right? Not musical notes, but it still gives you like some feeling, right? So that's why I wanted to ask this question, because, for example, noise is completely different thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's even a lot of the basis of what we're playing with.
That's what I mean.
Those kind of spots where it doesn't have a note. You know, and there's not some particular sound that's happening. And we don't even know exactly what that sound is that we're going to create. And a lot of the stuff that we're messing with, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, you know, when we're doing it. You're just kind of in there sort of in the ocean, kind of swimming around, pushing things to and fro to kind of guide this sort of thing into what just seems natural and cool, or to ourselves, or what seems attractive.
Or even like the sounds in between songs we have a little fun with too. Like we're like try to like make the same kind of frequencies going on, like just like before the new song starts, like it's a lot of fun. We kind of go a little too far sometimes, like so.
Do you have like a preference regarding the frequency? So why I'm asking is because I have like my ears are super sensitive to high pitch sounds, right? So I need to always have earplugs because it damages my ears, right? I mean, I came to the wrong guys, loudest band, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But my preference is for the low frequencies.
Yeah.
I get like physically, like I love that stuff. But high, it's like drilling in my head. Do you have something like that?
I mean, I think that it's like the high frequencies have to be a little bit more intentional or something, It's like, but I love all the frequencies, and you use them in these ways, like you would use color in a painting or a picture or something. And so all of these different things, the contrast is what's so cool. And, the big moments where there's none of those frequencies, and then something emerges in those frequencies, and the frequency shift. One of the pedals that I use the most is this thing where it's like it cuts a certain frequency in some sort of spot, and then it also boosts a certain frequency in a spot, and you switch between the two, so your ears get used to the sound, and your ears do half of the work too, where it's like they fill in that gap and you hear a full range of sound, but really you're not hearing some frequencies, and then all of a sudden you blast those frequencies to people, and it just sounds like there's this new crazy thing that came out of nowhere. And it's just, even because the human body does part of that work for you.
Do you use silence in your gigs?
Sure.
Yeah, because I know that, for example, if you have a constant flow of sound, and then you all of a sudden, like even if it's like a background noise, like for example around us, it's like a street, but you suddenly cut it, it hits you harder than as if it was like too loud or something.
Totally. Yeah.
Because you, with your music, it's like highs and lows and all the waves. It's just like a sinusoid, whatever, right? Like that thing.
But also, that being said, like not every show necessarily calls for any of that stuff. So you don't really necessarily know what is going to happen, and if we're going to use silence, and how much silence or how much of these high frequencies are going to be appropriate for these moments.
Yeah, it's not rehearsed. So
do you have a set list?
Not
or
yet.
approximate?
No, we'll do that right.
He'll write the set list like 5-10 minutes before we play.
And how it's based on just how you feel, or
Yeah, it's kind of like.
Or you do a randomizer, or you have a pedal for that?
No. No, it's sort of like, I guess how you describe it is maybe it's how like a DJ would play songs or something. You kind of like feel, what do I wish people would hear right now after whatever it was that came about. So it's sort of like, what you think you would prefer the night to go in that direction. Sometimes that's kind of dancey. Sometimes it's just pummeling straight in the face with insanity.
It used to give me great anxiety, but now I'm just used to it. I just go with the flow.
Like in the beginning, right? When you didn't know.
Like, what do you mean we don't know what we're gonna play? We're going on in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, but now I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
So yeah. It's a good approach. It's like when I interviewed Clutch, they change the set list every day, but they know in advance. In the beginning of the day, they know.
Oh,
so
they do.
You're at the moment you're most extreme band that I interviewed regarding the set list. Like 5 minutes before this, and this, and you're like, what are the chords for that?
Yeah. Sometimes.
So improvise.
I often throw in a song that we haven't played in months and months, so to kind of just make it extra exciting at the show.
And how do you base like do you consider where you are, the venue, or everything? Like how do you make the set list?
I don't ask myself that question, so it must be everything.
It's subconscious thing. Yeah. Let's come back to the noise thing, right?
Sure.
Can we express love with noise?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How else would we do it? Like, isn't it always noise? Like, isn't noise the perfect thing to express love with? All the confusion, all the shit, all
There's different kinds of noise.
Yeah, there's definitely different kinds of noise for sure. And things can relate to people. Like you could hear someone in the sounds of ecstasy or something like that, and that would maybe trigger some sort of ideas. Or it could be the sound of a train or something, and that could trigger some ideas. Or it could just be full on a blanket of noise that covers you and tickles your body or something. Or the changing noises, you know. I think that, yeah.
Let's pretend. Let's make a pedal right now. Let's make a pedal, right? What does a loud pedal should have, right? So it's tone, right? Volume, okay, maybe louder and quieter. Maybe something rhythmical, right?
Yeah,
I don't know the components.
Yeah, could be something rhythmic, you know, something that's pulsing. You know, I think, you know, something which like can like smooth it out. Yeah, the thrust knob. Yeah, you know, I think that those kinds of things. Something that's also, I don't know, like it's silky and smooth and kind of, you know, I don't know, nice in some sort of way. I feel like, you know,
Reverb.
Reverb. We're getting closer, all right. So, yeah, reverb, all right. Maybe, and you need to change. Do we need to? I mean, because it's loud, it's uncontrollable, so you can't really like.
Thank you.
Cool, man. Thanks so much.
You can't really control it, so maybe it shouldn't have any dials except one or something like this.
Just pure love, yeah. When you freaking step on it, there you go. Just makes it sound great.
Good luck.
Love in the shape, and it's the pedal in the shape of the heart, and you stomp the heart.
Step on the heart, yeah, and it breaks when you step on it.
It bleeds. It bleeds. It's the first pedal that bleeds.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
and and you do it once, and the whole kick collapses because there's a short somewhere.
that's perfect. Yeah, that sounds great too.
All right, guys. I don't want to bother you too much. Time for the music.
My head is bleeding.
Hello, I'm Wolfgang Lehmann, and
Oh,
yeah.
muesli. Wait a second. I know
you
that you
got
have.
the infos wrong.
No, 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 no.
That's actually.
I mean, it's a long story.
It's
Blah
a long
blah.
story.
Parents, you decided to change. Now
Yes, you know, wow, you know that that story.
Wow, you hear it a lot.
You're in for a ride.
Whoa, okay. Okay, yeah. Anyhow, don't worry about the last. I'm Wolfgang and I play guitar in Meltdowner mostly.
And you play also in like 10 projects.
Yeah.
Oh, we actually like because
Sort of.
honestly I didn't know about you. I didn't
Yeah.
know about my downer.
Yeah.
But turns out that when I did research, I knew you because you play with Lucia, right? How's it called properly?
Clara Lucia.
Exactly. Yeah. We saw you at Popfest, and I was like,
Yeah.
I know your face, and then you also like did a solo gig there with electronic music.
Yeah. It's this is like my ambient new age project.
Is it
It
not-
was my ambient. It's called Voyage Futur, and yeah, I'm crafting new age soundscapes.
What about you also like Windows 95? Fuck, I forgot the name.
Oh, Windows 96.
No, Windows 96. I mean, like the genre. I forgot. Vaporwave.
Oh yeah, Vaporwave. Yeah,
Yeah, you also have an album for that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's mostly where Voyage Futur is like settled.
So you didn't want to say Vaporwave.
Yeah, I mean Vaporwave. I love the genre, but
Overhyped.
yeah, I mean I don't care for that honestly, to be honest. But
You're not that genre.
yeah, but the funny thing is, I really got into ambient and new age music because of Vaporwave, and I discovered all those really old ambient tapes and new age tapes from the 80s, and I discovered this one label called Sounds of the Dawn, and they just re-release or just they upload really awesome obscure tapes, new age tapes from the 80s and 70s and early 90s to YouTube on YouTube, and this guy also has a label where he puts out like really old school
What's the name again?
Sounds of the Dawn. It's
Oh,
really
no, that's
cool.
I mean, there are many artists, Vaporwave artists.
Yeah,
and
but this is really this has no connection to Vaporwave actually. It's really old school new age stuff, and he puts this guy, Sounds of the Dawn guy, he puts out some newer material of new age artists, and my guess is those people are like from the like old guys from the 80s that used to
Are still.
yeah, still active and stuff. And I really got into this music, and I crafted this first Voyage Futur record especially for this label. And I designed the artwork, and everything was like, I really wanted to Sounds of the Dawn to put out a Voyage Futur tape. And I crafted it like stuff he would release, and I wrote to him, and he was like, yeah, it sounds awesome, and I'll release it. But he never, it never took any form. He was always like, oh, could you send me the artwork again, and could you send me the files again? And we were back and forth writing like for half a year or something, and I was like, okay, this is getting bored actually, and then
I mean, half a year I would be already like out in 1 month.
and like after half a year or something, a lot of people already listened to the record in my
Circle.
bubble and my friend circle and stuff. For example, my sister who was pregnant at the time, and she was like listening to it for relaxation and stuff. And another friend of mine who was also pregnant, and she was like, hey, that's the best thing for relaxation during the pregnancy. And then I decided to fuck it, I'll just forward it to a lot of new age and ambient and vaporwave labels and stuff, and some of them really like jumped on.
Jumped.
Liked it. Yeah, I liked it, and I got a lot of I got quite some offers for the record, and I released it with New Atlantis from London. That was already kind of vaporwave related, but still more new age, into the new age, classic new age direction. And the second one was No Problema tapes from Chile, Santiago de Chile, and this was already like full vaporwave community. And the guy from Villain Records bought the tape from No Problema, and he liked it so much that he texted me on, I think, SoundCloud or something, and I barely checked the mails on SoundCloud, like once a month or something, and he was typing like something like, "Hey, if you ever want to put out an LP, a vinyl, just text me." And I was like, oh, "Yeah, that's way more than I ever expected," because I was like, "Okay, this is just tape music."
Fuck tapes.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay, yeah." And I was texting me, "Yeah, I already have something in petto. I already recorded something, but that was not the case." And I just started recording In a Sphere, which became the second Voyage Futur record, and it really took off. Actually, it got some buzz on YouTube and in the vaporwave Reddit community and stuff, and
So
it
again,
sold really well and stuff. It was like just a lucky accident. It was just a lucky accident.
Okay, and how did you came from really gentle vapor wave kind of music that is really good for pregnant people,
Yeah.
to melt downer, which is like more like a face melting music that you probably want like
Yeah.
pregnant people to listen to.
No, not. I mean, I guess maybe
Some.
probably
Let's
some
not
of some.
generalize.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I just grew up with noise. Everything about my socialization. I don't know the
Socialization.
Yeah, socialization. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Tough word. Is about noise rock, and I just started playing guitar because of Sonic Youth and stuff. It's just like really.
So wait, what
that's-
was first for you? The noise music, like
Yeah.
the sonic wave kind of. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Sonic Youth was like my first introduction to guitar noise stuff, and that was like
For today's interviews for today, because I already interviewed other bands.
yeah.
The theme is noise. What is noise for you?
I think I think back then I was like, noise is just such a crappy word, because it's not noise for me, because every dissonant chord is like the sweetest harmony, and I love dissonant chords and stuff, and I love just feedback drones and stuff. But I guess now I'd say noise is like everything that just differs from your standard standard rock and roll patterns and schemes and stuff. I don't know. I mean, noise is so it's so
like
it's just a
it's
vast
abstract word.
it's just an abstract term.
How can you express love with noise?
That's such a tough question. I don't know. I mean,
Don't worry, you're like nobody knew how to answer.
yeah, I mean, love. It's
Because with guys from A Place to Bury Strangers, I said like, what kind of pedal can we make to express love? You know, it's even harder. Yeah, but I'm just like fascinated today with the idea of noise,
yeah.
right? Because noise normally has when you think noise, something negative, right? But it's not.
It's definitely not. I mean, I guess it can be, but in terms of musical connection, in terms of musical noise, I think there's no bad thing in.
You know, recently, like in the last, couple of months, something weird happened to me. For example, I'm sitting outside and I'm listening to I hear some nice techno music.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what's that?
Yeah.
And turns out it's a sledgehammer, just like grinding something.
Yeah,
And my
yeah.
brain
Yeah, that's
heard the noise,
that's yeah,
but
yeah.
somehow made it a music.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah, it basically always comes down to the brain just organizes sounds and figures and I am so bad at English right now because I'm
Well,
speaking
first of all,
English,
we need to mention that we're recording right after your gig, and it was amazing. You totally destroyed. We really enjoyed it, and I talked to many other people, and the first time, some people spur yourselves first time, but they really love what you had.
Thank you
So
so
of
much.
course you're like high on adrenaline and
Yeah, totally, and I'm already kind of drunk. And yeah, anyhow, I think that the brain just organizes different sounds and noises and interpret it as music and stuff. So yeah, that's basically how noise music can be something really melodic to me or a lot of other people. So
exactly. Yeah. Okay, and now considering this, what is meltdowner for you? Is it a way to express this noise love that we talked about? Is it like how would you describe what you're trying to like maybe not express, but what this band is for? Because you have like many projects, right?
Yeah.
So this one is really specific.
It's actually this one project is actually really special because it's first of all it's about friendship or something, and we just started the band because of it, because we liked each other's style of playing and stuff, and that was just the only motor that drove the motivation to start a band together. And I think it's still. I mean, we've been around since 2014 or something, so we're almost a band since 10 years, for 10 years now.
Yeah, you have 3 albums.
Yeah, and I think the most important part for us was like love, if you want to call it. It's like love for music, love for each other, and respect for everyone's boundaries and stuff. Because we're not doing much actually. We're just playing.
I wanted to ask you that, like last gig, live gigs. I mean, it happened this year. You did some gigs. Yeah, but last album you had 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's just not the band like that is like keen to have to put out an album every 2 years or something, or
I mean, how you were releasing was pretty good. I mean,
that's
my favorite is the 3rd album.
Oh, thanks a lot. That's really
I
nice.
checked your music out, of course.
That's
I
so
won't
nice.
be
to see.
here.
Yeah, that's so nice to hear.
3rd album is my favorite.
It's actually also my favorite.
Oh, also, you know how I found you? Like, I later realized that I found you because around I wanted to say 2018, but I don't remember. 2018, Clown, the music video Clown.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah, I do.
But I remember it because 2018 I started doing music videos and I was researching the local scene.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
and I really enjoyed it. I remember it. Like, it really was a good stuff.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, that was like
second album.
A lot. Yeah,
2018.
Yeah, that video was that was quite a thing. I mean, it was for us. It was like it was so much preparation and stuff, and we did, at the time we did this theater play with the girls in the video. They're called they're from this collective called Planetenparty, and yeah, we did this thing together, and we said that those girls are just 2 great actors. We have to like make a music video with them or something, and I had this idea with this like Apocalypse Now type of shit going on, starting at a standard hike in the woods.
Yeah, the music video is really good. I really enjoyed it. That's why I remember it.
Yeah, that's so cool because that's how I came to know Kevin Pham. He did like a lot of videos for Miami Def, for my other project, and he's like he plays bass in a other band of mine and stuff. He's
Which
like,
one? Which one?
Intercombo.
Def or
Intercombo.
Oh, Intercombo. No.
And he used to play bass in Miami Def for the last tour. Yeah, he's such a great guy. He started as the visual guy. He was on stage with his VCR and the projector, and he was glitching old New Age tapes, VHS tapes, and we had those as visuals. And then he was like, "Yeah, I can play the bass as well." And he had a bass on stage, and at the end of the tour, he could play every song on bass. It was so cool. And first, we started with the bass from a backing track and stuff, and at the end, we were like a full-grown band and stuff.
So what's the plan for Meltdowner now?
Oh, sorry, I got off the rails now with the video. I would just want to say, this video was so. I just imagined everything how it just looks now, and this guy, he studied cinematography in LA, in Hollywood actually, and he's living in Vienna, and he wrote the perfect script for he was like the perfect director for the video. And then I was so happy I was never so happy with a music video, and then it was like, yeah, put it up on YouTube and it's gonna blow up and stuff, and we're like, nobody cared. And it was like, that's it for me, I guess. I was so disappointed with the whole music scene and all this shit. Yeah, put out a record, a single, and make a music video. I mean, music videos are over by now, I guess. I don't know. It's such a sad
I do music
thing,
videos.
Yeah, it's such a sad thing. It's so, yeah,
lost art, man.
Yeah, it's so, yeah. And I think that was one of the reasons we slowed down. I slowed down.
Okay. But after this concert, right? Are you going to start working on a new album? Because I think people will really liked what you heard today, right?
Yeah.
I think you should consider it.
Yeah, maybe we put it in consideration, I guess. I mean, we are playing 3 shows this year, so that's a lot.
Do you remember when?
Yeah. No, I think one is in July or something, and they already started. So yeah, it's just a bunch of shows. Yeah.
All right, so we can follow still Meltdowner on Instagram.
Yeah.
If something comes out, it will come out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stay there and stick with us. We'll put out something maybe someday. Just don't give up. Any hope?
It's fine. After today, after this interview, you'll definitely consider it. And you can listen to Meltdowner on Spotify and all the platforms. On YouTube, check out the music video for the clown. That's how I discovered the Meltdowner. Now, Wolfgang, which song are we going to listen at the end of the interview? A good introduction to Meltdowner.
Die Out.